Now let's get a little bit deeper into the mathematics, the ancient knowledge which is in Bhagavatam. We will also in one of the cantos, dig more deeper. But let's look at high level some of the mathematics concepts which are in Bhagavatam and the corresponding modern validation. So, what you're witnessing here is one of the most profound intellectual revelations of our times. The mathematical concepts that from the foundation of modern science, technology, and computation weren't discovered by Western mathematicians. They were systematically described in the Srimad Bhagavatam thousands of years earlier, as I mentioned in the past also. This isn't just historical curiosity, it's evidence of a mathematical sophistication that modern education has barely begun to appreciate. So let's first look at the zero. So let's start with zero, perhaps the most revolutionary concept in mathematical history. Modern mathematics credits Brahmagupta around 628 CE with formalizing zero, and Fibonacci in 1202 CE with introducing it to Europe. But the Bhagavatam compiled 5,000 years ago not only uses the concept of zero or what's called shunya, but explores it at multiple levels. Um, in the Bhagavatam, zero isn't just a placeholder or absence like in the modern science. It's described as the fundamental void from which all manifestations emerges. This philosophical understanding of zero as both mathematical concept and cosmic principle provided a depth of understanding um, that purely technical approaches in modern science lacks. The text zero uh, shows how zero functions in calculations while explaining the significance in understanding the nature of reality itself as per Bhagavatam. Let's move on to the decimal, or it's in again Sanskrit or Hindi, dashamlav. It's referred to as dashamlav. So the decimal system presents an even more striking example. While Western mathematicians trace decimal notation to medieval Indian mathematicians, the Bhagavatam demonstrates sophisticated place value calculation thousands of years earlier. But here's what's remarkable: the text doesn't just use decimal calculations, it explains why based in system reflects natural organizational principles. The Bhagavatam describes how cosmic times is organized in decimal multiples, days, years, cosmic cycles, all following decimal progressions that mirror its mathematical system. This suggests the decimal system wasn't arbitrarily chosen but reflects fundamental organizational principles of reality itself. Moving on to infinity, or what in Sanskrit we call ananta. So, infinity, ananta in Bhagavatam goes far beyond mathematical abstraction, while Western mathematicians didn't seriously engage the infinity until the 17th century. But Bhagavatam, uh, Bhagavatam, provides detailed descriptions of infinity series, infinite regression, and infinite expansions. But more significantly, it explains infinity as a practical reality rather than a theoretical concept like in modern math. The text describes how consciousness itself is infinite, how cosmic space contains infinite universes, and how time extends infinite in both the directions. So if you talk about universe, later discoveries are also leading into the same directions, which 5,000 years ago, Bhagavatam mentions it. These aren't just philosophical statements. They are accompanied by mathematical descriptions that shows how infinite quantities can be calculated and understood practically. Let's move on to pi, paridhi, the relationship between circumference and diameter. What we call pi in the modern math appears throughout the Bhagavatam geometric description. The text provides precise calculations for circular motions of planets, the geometry of cosmic structures, and the mathematical relationship governing natural phenomena. What's particularly sophisticated is how the text integrates geometric principles with physical descriptions when describing planetary objects, cosmic architecture, or atomic structures. The mathematical relationships aren't separate from the physical reality. They are shown as the underlying principle that govern the physical manifestation. Uh, the modern the timeline of modern discoveries reveals extraordinary nature of the ancient knowledge preservation. Brahmagupta formalized zero, as you see on the right side top, around 628 CE, also explained the right bottom, was actually a rediscovery and systemization of principles already present in Vedic texts. Fibonacci introduced introduction of the Hindu-Arabic numericals to Europe in 1202 CE was culturally transition, not original discovery, as the modern documentations show. The development of calculus in the 1600s and used concepts that were already present um, in Vedic mathematical descriptions. You can see on the bottom right, modern computer science also bottom right, 1930s, was built on binary principles. Reflects the same binary-like systems used in Vedic time measurements and cosmic, calculations. The Here's what makes the Bhagavatam's mathematical approach revolutionary. It never separates mathematics from reality. Modern mathematics often treats numbers as abstract entities separate from physical phenomena. The Bhagavatam shows how mathematical principles are the fundamental organizational structure or building blocks of reality itself. The integration explains why the text mathematical descriptions remain accurate and applicable. They weren't theoretical constructs, but observational descriptions of how reality actually functions in mathematical levels. Um, the astronomical calculations of Bhagavatam demonstrates the mathematical, sophistication that that rival modern computational capabilities. The text provides precise calculations for cosmic time cycles spanning billions of years, planetary motions across vast distance, and atomic vibrations at a microscopic scales. These calculations aren't approximations or just symbolic numbers. They are precise mathematical descriptions that can be verified and tested, which modern science has done so. The accuracy of these calculations made without modern computational tools suggests that mathematical methods and understanding that we are only beginning to appreciate, which is in Bhagavatam. The mathematical sophistication has direct contemporary relevance as we develop, and we talked about this before too, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and advanced modeling systems. We are rediscovering principles that were systematically described in Bhagavatam. The text integration of mathematical principles with consciousness studies, physical phenomena, and cosmic architecture provides frameworks that modern interdisciplinary research desperately needs today. And again, as proven by the artificial intelligence, like how we are using it today and what has gone into it. What we're witnessing here is perhaps the most successful mathematical knowledge preservation project in human history. While other civilizations developed specific mathematical techniques, the Bhagavatam preserved a complete mathematical worldview that remains relevant and applicable even today. This explains why mathematicians and physicians throughout the modern history have found Vedic texts so valuable. They provide mathematical insights unavailable in purely technical approaches.